Hello guys, this is the return of Olu. I do apologize. I've not released any video for about a month. You know how it is, guys. Life gets in the way. But the most important thing is that I'm back with a bang. And I'm going to start off with the differences between impact and effect and go through some 6 markers, guys. Really important video. So stick around. I think you're going to like what I've got for you. Hi guys, so I'm going to go straight into the case study. We're going to talk about the differences between impact and effect, okay? Effect. Let's start with impact first. Impact is sudden. It happens. It's an action, okay? Where the effect is the consequence of the action. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose you're taking a free kick. The impact of you taking a free kick is that you might score a goal. The effect is your team might win. The effect is you might end up getting a contract. Okay, just like basketball. What's the sudden impact of you taking a free shot? The impact is that you might score a goal. That's the impact. The effect is your team might end up winning. Your team might end up getting to the top of the league. Okay, so that's the effect and that's the impact. The best way is to show you some examples. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go through a case study. You must stop the video and go through the case study. My students would have it in front of them and they will go through it and underline it. I want you guys to really go through this, okay, and actually try and do the questions. So the first case study is called Things Falling Apart, okay? The Artful Dodger was a rapidly growing, Artful Dodger was a rapidly growing, large, popular coffee shop. Was a rapidly growing, large, popular coffee shop. Try and get that word out, okay? In Ripley, a picturesque village in Surrey, England. Okay, mouthful really. It had recently taken out a bank loan of £80,000 a few months ago when the interest rates were very low for extension work. Artful Dodger increased the seating capacity from 8 to 25 seats. They also had a complete overhaul of their menu, adding a lot more variety. In addition, they added a large additional washroom stroke toilet as a number of female customers complained that everybody had to use the single toilet. 2 additional staff were also added. Okay, so they've made a lot of improvements. Okay, a lot of extension. They've made a lot of improvements. They've changed from 8 to 25 seats. They've now got 2 bathrooms. So the men can use one and the females can use another one. Not everybody using the same one. And they've got 2 additional staff and they've got a new menu as well. So they've really spent a lot of money in improving the Artful Dodger, okay, which is the coffee shop. Okay, the local residents were pleased with the improvements. As a result, the numbers of the new customers had increased by 15%. Wow. And customers' average spend had increased from £5.20 to £8.27. Underline all these key things, a lot of key things here. Ben and Addie, who were partners in the business, were delighted with the risk they took taking out the loans. Everything has worked out really well for them, okay? The business is booming. Things are going well, okay? Unfortunately, a few months later, the bank raised the interest rates by an additional 2%. This was a real blow to Ben and Addie. They were very concerned about this. Also, out of the blue, they even had a bigger shock. Starbucks, the large multinational corporation, had suddenly moved into what used to be the medium-sized Debenham on the same high street in close proximity to the Artful Dodger. Not great, guys. Addie and Ben were increasingly concerned about their break-even point as their margin of safety was dwindling very quickly. Okay, so there's a lot of key things here. So I want you to pause the video and go through it. If you've got the sheet of paper in front of you, which my students would have, I want you to underline the key points here. Underline all the key points. Okay, now the 2 questions we're going to answer, the differences between impact and effect. The first question is analyze one impact. Analyze one impact of the presence of Starbucks on the Artful Dodger 6 marks. That's the first question I want you guys to do. Analyze one impact of the presence of Starbucks on the Artful Dodger 6 marks, okay? After you've done that one, I want you now to do another question, is analyze an effect of an increase in interest rates on the Artful Dodger. Analyze an effect of an increase in interest rates on the Artful Dodger, 6 marks as well. Okay. So, guys, I want us to do this one. Oh, after you've done that, then I want you then to go over my video where I've given you the answers the way I've answered it. Remember, there's flexibility in the way you're going to answer it, but I want you to go over my answers and compare it with your answers and see that we're kind of like on a similar kind of track, guys. Okay, so hopefully you've understood this. Very, very important. Always comes out. Impact and effect always comes out, and a lot of students get confused. So hopefully this is going to help you take away this confusion. Remember what we said about impact. Impact is something that happens suddenly. Okay, you take a free kick. Impact is you might score a goal. The effect is your team might end up winning. The effect is you might get to play next week. The effect is you might get a contract. Who knows? So the effect is the consequence of the action that you've taken. Okay. Impact, remember, impact is sudden, pretty much immediately. And the effect is the consequence of that. Okay. So hopefully you've understood it. Do those two questions. Very, very important. And then go over my video and we go over the answers there. Okay. Okay, guys. See you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.